Hello everyone, I'm here, I'm back, and it wants me to set the time again. I don't know why, because I did this last time. It's about 5:30. We'll put 5:31 because that is what time it is right now. So 5:31. I still don't understand why it did. Wait, hold on a second. Wait, what? Last time you also said the time was exactly 5:31 p.m. Wait, really? How's that even possible? Well, because I started a different time? The odds are, let me see. 1440 to 1. Right. Either you're messing with me or this is an incredible coincidence. Neither. I'm just consistent at streaming. Is 5:31 p.m. the exact moment in the day when you decide it's time to play video games? Only for streaming. 5:31 p.m. rolls around and woohoo, video game time. No, it's stream time. Or is it specifically the time at which you like to play the Stanley Parable? Both. Regardless of the specifics, it's an incredible example of effective scheduling. Yeah, exactly. Excuse me, I'm getting a little bit lost in the weeds here. Go on, get out of here and just play the game already. But I'm looking forward to seeing you again at 5:31 p.m. Please come back soon. I mean, alright. That was definitely interesting. I didn't expect that. Let me do a couple things real quick. Copy that. Then come here. Then come here and be like this. Okay, so there's that one, and then we're going to go here and do a little bit of that, and now I need chat. All right. Oh, and actually, I want to be here with chat. Okay, time to continue. Right, so last time we got the Stanley Parable 2. I'm just gonna skip the intro. Quit the game and then start it up again. Okay, I didn't expect that would be a
all of his co-workers were gone.
Achievement.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Actually, I think I was playing with keyboard and mouse.
Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Hold on, I'm having issues here. Hold on. 1 second. This isn't gonna do it I want it to. Nope. There we go. Now it's fixed. Okay. So these computers are on, but I don't know what's going on with them. Okay. Bucket.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Why is there an open door there? Can I go through the open door somehow? I want to go through the open door. No, I can't go through there. That sucks. Okay.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay, I guess, you know what, I guess I'll follow his directions for a little bit. I kind of want to find the broom closet too.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
No, okay.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it?
Yes.
The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
This is my
I can
bucket,
really
though.
feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies.
Too bad.
For you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend.
Right.
You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it
How
has to
dare you,
resort to
broom
this
closet.
stream of petty insults simply in order
Close.
to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends?
How dare
That
the
your
broom
relationship
closet.
is purely superficial and convenient? That your
Rude.
life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner?
I
Well,
would
I'd
never.
Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years.
I will.
Let him have it.
Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I want to go downstairs, though. Oh, hey, look, there's something here. It's a figurine.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Okay. I can do that. You know what? I'm going to go through here.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought.
This is
Usually
so
the bucket
weird.
is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is
How
all
did
terribly
I?
wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket.
Exactly.
Now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was,
What?
of course, very odd.
They're
Now he
repeating.
felt
That's
himself
so
floating
weird.
off the ground.
Oh no, I'm
Jesus,
floating.
he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley,
Where is it?
Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Could it truly be? He rushed
Oh, wait.
forward from room to room, passing by
Wait.
one bucket after the next.
None of these-
them were his.
none of these
them
can
were
be the
his
buckets.
Special bucket.
None of
Come
these.
to me, Stanley.
No.
Find me.
He had
No.
to find the bucket. He had to return
No.
to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He
Oh.
knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along.
It was.
painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Uh-huh.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this
Right.
particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him.
Oh,
Perhaps
dang.
he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place.
That sucks.
How cruel the world can be, Narrator thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this.
Of course not.
There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her
This is
bucket
different
would
than the
provide
other
absolute
time I got
guidance
this
and
ending.
Total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself. My life kicks ass, and she backflipped all the way to work.
That's a nice life. Backflipping all the way to work. I wish I could do that.
All of his co-workers were gone. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
Oh.
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No,
Right.
no. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Okay.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause.
Really?
Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
Okay. $50 it is. No,
I'm
really.
still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why
Right.
don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Okay, where is 417? Meeting today. In the meeting room. Where's 417? There it is.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Okay. That was back here.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Right. 415 must be over here, because that's where 417 is. 415.
Now, back to door number 437.
Now 437 again. Why is this so painful for just a simple achievement?
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Which one's...
All right, back to room 417.
Okay.
I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Uh-huh.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
Wait, awaiting input.
Yes!
Okay.
This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
Uh-huh. 416.
We've almost got it!
Almost.
Now the copy machine, do that one again!
What is going on? Copy machine.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430!
And 5?
Yes! We did it!
There we
wow.
go.
That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few
Wait.
minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks.
Wait.
Really now, what were you thinking?
No.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then
knew there
praised
was
the
an
game
ending
for its
here.
insightful and
I
witty
just couldn't figure out how to
into
get
the
there.
nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes.
Uh-huh.
So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this
pretty
a
good.
fun and unique place to be?
Yeah.
Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
No.
Then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop?
I don't know,
Do
we'll
you
find
think it
out
would have been
soon.
particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place.
Uh-huh.
Now, think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option?
Yes.
Clearly, this whole gag takes some time.
Yes,
What
it
if
does.
The other option is even longer.
Oh, well.
How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration?
Why not?
And this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option.
Exactly.
Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Alrighty then. I guess I just sit here for a while. And we wait. Because I do not think that I can interact with anything. Wow. I just get to sit here. If only I had someone in chat to talk with me and strike up conversation, but alas. Okay, let's... Can we... Yeah, okay, so that's that already. Okay. Also, okay, that should be showing, in theory. Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. Dang. We just really sit here. I guess we'll just begin the game again.
All of his
Because
co-workers were gone.
I don't know.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, we're jumping out again.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he
Right.
heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He
Uh-huh.
then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes.
Right.
So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be?
It is.
Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in?
Okay.
Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Sure.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want.
I know.
Like right now. You could have done it just then.
Mm-hmm.
Now would also be an appropriate time to quit.
Of
Any
course.
of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate.
Right.
I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
Uh-huh.
There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton.
This is great.
He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. You too will become quite unbearable.
This is pretty good. I liked that. Are you gonna restart it though? Is he restarting it? I think he's restarting it. It looks like there's two pairs of eyes with those windows, just judging me. Not two pairs of eyes, a single pair of eyes, just staring down at me, judging me. Why are these windows so judgmental? I mean, the guitar solo is pretty nice. I think it's just going to loop now. So we're gonna begin again.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Now we're gonna grab the
What could
bucket
it
and go
mean?
back out.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Come here,
the
bucket.
confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket. Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek. Could his co-workers really all be gone?
Out I go.
Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear.
We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now,
Are we, though?
and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self.
The
Right.
bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans,
Dang.
and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if
Right.
only it had been stronger, of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway,
Of
meted
course.
out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps, if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket.
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No,
Said the bucket.
not since the evil wizard Gambhorata first ensnared me in his machinations as payback for the
What?
sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then.
Why
and
is
could
the
not
bucket
conceive
not
the
a bucket?
ramifications of no.
Stanley screamed even louder this
Why
time.
is Stanley's voice so weird?
Stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the
I
bucket
need the
revealed its
judgmental
true
eyes.
form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like... My God,
Oh, that's a
Stanley,
dead bucket.
You did it. You saved us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've demonstrated
I'm
such
just better.
bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of it.
Nah.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
Okay,
simply
let's
missed a
do
memo.
all the computer stuff. We'll see if we can turn all of these off. Okay, awaiting input. That's 2. Okay.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
Let's go
Stanley
right.
clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room. but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Right.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
I like that.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Nah.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift.
There's
yes,
a-
go
there's-
there. Go to the
There's
cargo
a
lift.
figurine. Hold on, I gotta get this.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about
Right.
mini stands?
Oh, I like that
Stanley
one.
figs. Or
Eh.
what about Stanlerines?
You're
Yes,
trying there.
I think I like that.
I mean, I
Another
kinda like that one.
Stanlerine under your belt.
Kind of like that one. Also there was an open vent here. I want to see where this goes. What? What? Why are there so many VHS tapes? What? Okay, let's click this.
Okay, this is day number 295, tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore.
Right.
The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes.
Right.
The sheer
Narrator
euphoria
sound
I
system.
feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling.
Uh-huh.
And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense.
Uh-huh.
There's no explanation for it.
Of course.
Still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it.
What?
Yes.
What is going on? What?
It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get...
Oh.
What's that? Who's there? Camporata.
Dang. What just happened to him? Who knows? Well then.
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you
Okay.
or a person in your place of work. The
Right.
purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If
Oh
at
right.
any time you believe you
You've
are
never
listening
seen
to a
that ending
recorded
before? What
message,
kind of
please
eldritch being did you just
terminate
summon?
it
So,
and cease all flow of information from the
I'll
recorded
go
message
take the same
into
path
your
just without the
perceptual
bucket. That was the bucket
you,
and
and have a pleasant
bucket
day.
version of that ending. Yeah, so I don't even know what I summoned. But we escaped out the window over in that other room with the phone, and that's where we learned of like
Stanley
Gamorata
came
or
to a
something.
set of two open doors. This was
And
not the correct way to the meeting room, and
I
Stanley knew
think
it perfectly
with
well.
that tape,
Perhaps he wanted to
the
stop
guy
by
on the
the
tape was
employee
like
lounge
studying the
first,
bucket
just to
and
admire it.
explaining all of the things that we kind of already know about the
Wow.
bucket, about how it's so
Yes,
calming
this
and
room.
reassuring and just
But eager to get
peaceful
back to business,
whenever we hold
Stanley
it.
took the
And
first
so
open door on his left.
when he
Stanley was so bad at
when he
following
was
directions,
talking
it's
about, oh,
incredible he wasn't
maybe I'll
5 years
monetize it
ago.
and do whatever else, then I guess the Eldritch Demon kind of came from there. Anyways, in order to get that ending, you just kind of come over here and into this vent.
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun.
Turn it off. Yes. He's
You didn't
muted.
think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a
I've
silly and trite
watched
explanation
all
that would be.
endings
All
runs
the back and
before.
forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording.
I
It was all
wish.
just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling.
I do.
It must be so
Have you
simple
gotten
to
the
be
achievement
you.
that makes you knock
Life being
on
an
like every door?
unending
I
waterfall
just
of
did that. That
surprises
was like
and
the
delights.
second thing I did
How
today.
much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
No, it's not. It's not my fault. It's your fault. Anyways, I don't remember where all the computers are. That's something that I do want to figure
Stanley
out.
decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again. Not truly alone. Not with the bucket around.
This is great. Can I go back into the room? No, I can't. That sucks. Well, I guess I'll just keep going. There's only so many endings, right? In theory.
Stanley touched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on it.
There's a couple more endings that I can think of. The very last ending I'm gonna get today is going to be, yeah, you're the top viewer. It is an achievement.
Turned out to be correct. Was this better? No.
But the very last ending that I'm gonna get is going to be the one where I follow the narrator all the way through.
Detour through the maintenance section and walk straight ahead to the opposite door.
Alright.
Oh, good Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here.
You're welcome.
I knew you'd find this
What?
place eventually.
This is so different.
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley.
Oh, the ending is kind of
We've come together here because we
self-referential and
care
also
about
kind
you
of
very
sad.
much.
Yeah.
What's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere? The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable.
Sucks.
It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before.
But the bucket.
Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but
I
you're
can
spending
sit
too
in the
much
broom
time with it.
closet.
Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans
Oh, I
want.
can go
Let's
this
do
way.
it.
Okay.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and
I
it
don't.
played some silly music as well.
I like the silly music.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you
Okay.
remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic
Dang.
now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this.
Right.
But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up. Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a
No.
brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
Hi there.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality
Right.
that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
No, I don't agree.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell
I
it out
have
for
no
you.
idea what it does. Don't
Go
do
ahead
it?
now,
Alright,
Stanley.
I'll do it.
Say
Oh, I
goodbye to the
can't.
bucket. and then pop it into the machine when
I
you're
just hug it. That's funny. I was trying to.
ready. Now listen to me. It's crucial
I
that
can't.
you give it the bucket. I don't know what the bucket destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait.
It sucks.
So I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters?
That's a good
Well,
question.
you see, if you were to really explore the bucket destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity
Thank
and
you for
nuance
listening
that
and
it's
not
really
attempting
like
to
10
destroy it.
personality
You're
traits.
welcome.
What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of bucket destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
definitely a
the
good
bucket
question.
destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the bucket destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans,
that can't
Stanley.
be good.
Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
Great. Peak cinema, absolute cinema, cinema. Great. Oh,
Bucket destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do
That's
such
great.
marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it
broke up the
squandered
Hiroshima
now.
ending.
Goodbye, new friend.
That's
For the
crazy.
moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Well then, bye Bucket Destroyer. Never see you again. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end,
All
is
of his
never the
co-workers
end.
were- Wait,
Anyways,
no, this isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
wait, all the monitors. What? The monitors are different. Why are the monitors different? Okay. Come here,
Good
Bucket.
old Bucket. Just Stanley and the Bucket, off on another thrilling adventure together.
Okay.
Stanley clutched the bucket
Okay,
tightly
I'll
to his
follow
chest
the
and entered
direction for a
door
little
on
bit.
his left.
We're just gonna skip past the office here. Oh, it changed. Now it's going to be how can we find them? Oh, okay. Broom closet.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel
No,
coming
my
to a
bucket.
staircase. Stanley
I-
and the bucket walk
How do I get the
upstairs to
stickers?
boss's
This game
office.
is like Undertale, except Undertale makes sense. You know what? That's so fair. Oh wait, there's a computer here. Oh, awaiting input 3. Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office,
Can I leave?
Stanley was once
No.
again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
2,
Crushed by the weight
4,
of this revelation,
8,
Stanley may have
5.
broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if
2,
not for the soothing
8,
presence of
4,
the bucket.
5.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
How do I get the stickers?
Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
I'm so confused. Oh, figurine.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines. And now I'm
Bruh.
torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the
what'd I
intrinsic
do?
sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
What I do? Anyways, can I like leave? No, I can't leave. Why can't I leave? What I do, chat?
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
You know what? I want to go up.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3.
Yeah.
I want to go back so I can try
Number
pressing
3
the
was
number 3
very
again.
intriguing. Gotta go. Oh,
Bucket said
okay.
nothing.
Well, there may not be a next stream for a while. Okay, I gotta go press the number 3.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the button.
Ooh.
Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life.
Oh, that's
Stanley
great.
looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him?
Yeah,
Once
exactly.
Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
Okay.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
I want to go back up.
No, 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 said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel.
Okay.
He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
Uh-huh. Alright, I gotta go press 3 again.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto
great.
of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind.
Come on, bucket.
Anything to let him know
Anything.
that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
At all. Only silence.
Only
Crushed
silence?
by a wave of rejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
How rude. Alright,
Stanley
time to go
and the
down.
bucket was so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
Right. There must be. Okay. Now we're going back up. I gotta prove it to the bucket.
Ah, said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over.
Yes,
He
this
would
is a
elaborate
great
fully on
idea.
what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the
Exactly.
world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
Exactly.
For months,
See, he gets it.
advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When
Perfection.
the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been.
3
for
3 3 3
anything
3
in
3
his
3
life.
4 2 7 3 3 3 3 3
This
3
was
3
it.
3 3 3 3 3.
One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
Right.
There was no one here. Nobody
No.
had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak.
No.
To listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was
3 3
unloved,
3 3 3 3 3 3 3
uninterested.
3 3
He
3
was a
3.
failure. And
Oh.
in that moment, Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There
Dang.
would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends.
Dang.
Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Dang, that sucks. Get better, bro. Alrighty.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Input.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
We're gonna ignore the bucket. Okay, this time we're gonna
When Stanley
actually
came
leave.
to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Wee.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Uh-huh. Actually, I didn't actually check the bathroom. Oh,
You're getting close now, Stanley.
It's
You've
one of the
nearly
things.
gotten all of the Figler and Marines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one. And then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be
yes.
different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them. And now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None
Yeah.
of us can.
Wow. It's just incredible.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the box. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Dang.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Ooh. This is great.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Alrighty. I guess we'll get to the mind control facility. But we're not gonna complete that ending.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind,
Mind control facility. That's kind of weird. Lights.
The lights rose on an enormous room.
What if I hit
packed
it
with
again?
television screens.
Oh, I can't.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Wait. I can just fall, can't I? Oh, I can. Alrighty.
Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Welcome! You see, back when the Stanley Parable first launched in 2013, getting to the bottom of the mind control facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development.
Right.
And you all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about it.
That sounds about
And you're
right
all
for Twitter.
Very, very clever. Good for you. Anyway, when it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours.
Here you go.
Uh-huh.
New content. You can call it the bottom of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception of the value of these updates. Isn't that what you crave? New content?
Yes.
Always more content, more, more.
Exactly.
And I'm here to give it to you.
Thank you.
I'm here to make it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game.
Uh-huh.
With secrets and Easter eggs. How about
Right.
this? We wrote a new piece of music just for this section. You won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's a secret that's just for you. That's how special you are. We call
No
this track,
way.
Good job, you've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Well done.
Oh boy. Oh, this is great.
Good job. You did it. Good job. 3, 2, 1. Good job. You made it to the bottom of the mind control facility.
This is great.
You jumped on the catwalk. You should have been careful. You should have been careful. It used to be a bug, but now it's an ending. Now it's an ending. I believe in you. I believe in your ability to cross this barrier. Chase
This is
your dreams.
great.
But railings don't mean anything. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it.
Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it.
Good job, you did it.
This is so
job,
good.
You did it. Good job, 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 you did it.
Oh, and that was the ending apparently.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Wait.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
That's different. Alright. Oh, I didn't check the computers. Dang.
Where
Well,
are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be...
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
no.
And this was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Okay,
And here it
let's
was.
listen to this
Had the
dialogue.
bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Yes. Very insightful. Okay, there's nothing else. Lame.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to
No.
go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Uh-huh.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Yeah, I didn't. No.
No, stop. Look there on the
Oh.
wall. You see? There's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point."
Dang,
Stanley,
my bad.
how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless... What if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose
Oh.
that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point.
Right.
Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket.
Right.
Please, step in here for a moment.
Okay. Oh, this is a great game show. Is this
Now then,
a
I'm
bucket?
going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
Right.
Say that right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
Kind of looks like a bucket. I don't think it is. No, the shine's not right.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Okay, okay. Give me the next one. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Item
Ooh.
2.
That
Is
one just
this
doesn't have any
bucket?
shine at all. That must be something else.
Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Haha. Okay.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Now that is definitely a bucket.
Correct. This is a bucket.
Okay, what have we got next?
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
No, that's definitely a tractor.
Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket.
Right.
To be
right.
honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for
Really?
not making me look like an idiot. Okay, next one.
Uh-huh. Right.
Is this a bucket?
Yeah, this one's definitely a bucket. 100%.
Correct. This is a bucket.
See? I just knew it. I just knew that it was a bucket.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Yes, that seems like a bucket.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
How can a bucket be both a bucket and not a bucket?
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
There's nothing. There's no bucket there.
Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true. Unless... Is that what you think?
Yeah,
Answer me straight,
something like
Stanley.
that.
Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
Well, not fully, but you know. No.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out.
Oh,
I've lost all
dang.
sense of perspective. What
Sucks.
is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't
Yes,
keep
you're
doing
a
this.
bucket.
I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all the buckets from the game entirely.
No.
Okay, here we go. What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear?
Wait, I'm walking with a bucket
Was
still.
everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all.
Wow.
And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh,
Right.
This is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And
Right.
we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right,
Of course.
here we go.
Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Computer
What could it mean?
screens.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay.
A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction.
Where is this last computer thing at? Alright,
Stanley
time to
clutched
do
the
broom
bucket
closet.
tightly to his chest and entered the door.
We're gonna try and get the stickers. Stickers on the bucket. Somewhere both red and blue. Okay. I know where to get that.
Oh, Stanley.
Yes, I can feel it.
The broom closet. It wants the bucket. Coming to a staircase,
Too bad.
Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Huh.
Stepping into his...
Wait. I escaped the narrator. Wait, what? Hi, broom closet. Oh, wait, you look different. Trust the completionist instinct. Oh, that's great. What is going on, though? What? Oh! More door! More door to go through. The door next to me. What? You are now leaving. Oh, yes. Escape pod bay, floor 760. Alright, I guess I gotta go up some flights of stairs. This might take a bit, seeing as these flights of stairs are not going up very fast. Alright, Bucket. It's time for us to leave. We're leaving. We're almost there, 2 more floors. And then we can finally leave. 7:59. And this is 7:60. Awesome. Escape pod launch bay. Alright. Come on, Bucket. We can do it. Wait. There's only room for one of us. No. I have to stay. Bucket. Bucket. You have to go. I have to leave you. I know. It's sad. I'm sorry. Just go on without me, man. We've been through so much. I'll miss you. I hope to see you again in the next restart. Goodbye, old friend. I'm sorry. Well, dang. Alrighty. Now we gotta
All of his
go.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Also,
Stanley
computer
decided to go to the
screens
meeting
are
room.
still
Perhaps he had simply
weird.
missed a memo.
Okay. Wait. The bucket's gone. Why is the bucket gone? I actually sent the bucket away. That's actually really sad.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alrighty, I guess we just follow the path for a while.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
You know what? Let's do that same
Okay, I
ending.
think we all...
Wait. The doors are black, what? Okay. Well, I mean, I guess we can leave. We'll just take the same exact route. This time it's us leaving. This is great. Phenomenal. Amazing. I still need to figure out what the last computer is and where it is. Anyways, back to this place where I need to climb 6 flights of stairs. Yeah. Too bad I'm alone. And for the last flight of stairs, now we can leave. Here comes the escape pod. Oh. What? Oh, well, I guess I left. Alrighty.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Replacement
Perhaps he had
bucket.
simply missed a memo. And try not to lose this one too, you dolt.
Oh. My bad.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
There will be a reward for finding them all. Okay.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it?
Okay,
The
I've
broom
had
closet.
that
It
dialogue
wants the
so
bucket.
many times.
You can feel that, can't you? Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I just want to have stickers on my bucket.
Stepping into his manager's
just
office,
can't seem
Stanley
to
was
get
once
that.
again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Too
Was it
bad.
the bucket knew all
I'm not
along? Was the
leaving.
bucket guiding him?
I am leaving,
Yes,
but I'm not
This
leaving.
is certainly the most logical explanation.
Alright, time to go down. And now we do the other ending. And the other ending
Stanley
being
and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door
this
that read
one.
Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death. The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn
No,
around and get back
I
on
would
track.
not.
At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into
Yes.
a very painful death for each of them.
Yes. Indeed. The end is never the end is loading. Wow. Well, here we are. We're gonna be crushed. This is gonna be great.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket. But what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is
good
what
point.
Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere.
It was not a
Farewell,
waste of
Stanley.
time.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley
Yay,
and the bucket
she's back.
led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it was crushed violently to death.
Not Stanley's, the bucket's. Ooh. The Stanley
It was a
Parable.
shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
It's so bright. The bucket welcomes you to the grand exhibit. You're standing at the precipice of knowledge. Much like a bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within, a cavernous void. But through use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and substantiated. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you learn here out with you into the world? Will you accept an open mind what may be challenging about the information given in this exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit, or will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were in ignorance and darkness? Good question.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
Wow. 25 buckets. A photograph of 25 buckets, the greatest number of buckets ever captured on camera. The photographer experienced catatonic shock for several weeks as a result of the euphoria from exposure to this many buckets at once. I think that's more than 25, but sure. Alright, what have we got here? Bucket with 2 handles. This bucket is depicted as having 2 handles. Such a design has never been created in real life, having been deemed as too dangerous and recklessly experimental. Every year, dozens are put to death just for attempting it. Crazy. Inferno bucket, a replica of the Inferno bucket, which in the medieval era was so powerfully alluring that it drove dozens of nations to war with one another for control of it. Billions died, and yet in spite of it all, the simple fact remains: no one can control a bucket. True. The stress bucket, an analogy. Worrying, negative forecasting, negative thinking, lack of reassurance all go inside. Vulnerability equals size and strength of the bucket. The faucet coping strategies equals holes. Rest and relaxation, doing something you enjoy and rest and relaxation. Stress is the level of water in the bucket. The stress bucket, presented without commentary. Oh, it's this that's making the sound. Alright, cave drawing. While we know that buckets predate the existence of mankind, we do not know by how long. This cave drawing depicts early man's discovery of the practical uses of the bucket, by which time the bucket had already likely been around for several millennia. Notice in these drawings how the bucket is allowing itself to be used, having judged humanity to be worthy of its treasures. Huh.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
The hanging bucket. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more that is always out of reach. This distance inevitably is for our own good. Into the hole. Oh wait, bucket.
But There is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
Uh-huh.
Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Dang. That's definitely different. The end is loading.
All of his code.
Alrighty.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Come on, Bucket.
The embrace of an old friend. A weathered companionship that stands the test of time.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Yes, yes, he did. There must be a point to this. Yes, there must.
Oh, Stanley.
Okay, I don't know how to
the
get
broom closet. It wants the bucket.
the stickers.
You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Alrighty.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Indeed.
Was it the bucket knew all along?
It was.
Was the bucket guiding him?
It was.
Yes. This is certainly the most logical explanation.
Alrighty. There's at least 2 endings they haven't done here.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read
Mind Control Facility.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Oh, wow.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock.
Oh, what's that room?
Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
234. Something's on 234. Also, is there anything over here? No. Okay. Alright, click that.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What
Nah.
kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
Who
These
knows?
questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control. Never!
Never.
He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Uh-huh. Only
But
bucket.
here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For
Right.
he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good.
Yes.
Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world.
Yep, they high-fived and whatever. Turn it off.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had
Oh, I
defeated
can
their
walk
greatest
forward.
and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and...
What? No.
What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even
Wow.
the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to
Dang.
any lengths not to part with the bucket. No, no, no. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything
Course
to
not.
say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be
At
trapped
least I have the
eternally in
bucket.
darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll
Exactly.
be okay, won't I?
Yeah.
Stanley gulped.
Yeah, you'll
Very
be
soon
perfectly
now.
fine.
He was about to find out.
Well,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
come here,
The
bucket.
bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things.
Oh, the office keeps changing. What? Alrighty.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But
Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him.
telling him that the
This is
employee
great.
lounge was simply the place to be.
Eh,
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
no, never mind.
The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Alrighty.
Said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Oh, well, look
Oh,
who's got
whoa.
cold feet. Well, from here, it looks like the only way forward is down.
Right.
Since the lift won't be coming back, but that's okay.
Dang.
You've got a bucket. Did
I
you know
do.
that buckets are routinely used as cushioning devices?
Oh, they
It's
can
true.
be?
You can fall on a bucket from
Ooh.
literally any height and survive.
Oh, dang. Well then, I might as well try it then.
Whoops. Looks like I was wrong. How clumsy of me.
Dang. Well, I guess
A
I'll
soft
keep
wind
going.
blew outside and perhaps rain started. And if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Hopefully. I'll come back for bucket. We gotta do that same one, just without
When
bucket.
Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Right.
Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back.
Oh.
You'd best either get comfortable right here on this platform, or test your luck by jumping to the floor below. You know what? Looking at it now, it's not that far to the bottom floor. I bet you can make it.
Yep, probably.
Whoops. Looks like I was wrong. How clumsy of me.
Oh, okay, well that was basically the same. Alrighty.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started.
and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very lucky indeed. Stanley
Alrighty.
clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Now we're gonna follow the
Stanley
lift.
had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was it? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to
No.
go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Okay.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and
Of
he
course.
unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Uh-huh.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Okay.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Right.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the
Wait.
phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
Oh, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a
Are you
joke.
sure?
Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket.
Yeah. So
Can't you
funny.
see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did
Yep.
I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
Oh, okay. I mean, that might help me.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive
Great.
deeper.
That's awesome.
If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a
Yep.
room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit,
Exactly.
with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body.
Exactly.
These are
Yes.
the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and
Right.
then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's
Oh,
practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
okay. I'm Dunny with the funny.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random.
Right.
And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After
Right.
all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence, and who very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Wow.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well,
Little
no
bit.
matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So
I'd agree.
with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come
Yes.
along, let's head back.
Don't forget about I'm done with the funny.
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A
Yes.
talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me.
Right.
Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley. The bucket spoke. The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Right. We gotta walk back, but walking back, everything is different. Oh no, it's not different. It's basically the same. Wait, 449. I don't remember doors this high in number. I may just be wrong,
Here
but
we go.
you know.
You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Right, so we go right.
Whoa,
Oh, what?
We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point. A dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone.
Right.
Now the timing's completely off. Joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp.
Dang.
I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again.
Okay, you do that.
Surely that will help me improve my...
But you didn't say I'm done with the funny.
Here
I was
we
waiting
go.
for that.
You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Okay, so I go to the right again. Right.
What? We're back at the phone already?
Yeah.
No. Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Okay, I'll go to the left.
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone.
Oh.
Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this
I
is
did,
all
I just
covered
didn't
very
wanna
clearly.
follow
There's no
it.
way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm
Yeah, I
going to
know.
be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Oh,
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... It's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame.
this is great.
Pale with shame? Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar.
Wow.
No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is.
Yep.
That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More
Yep.
instruction.
Sorry, Leroy. What?
Let's see. Let's see.
Alrighty. Oh, hi.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct?
What if I just leave it?
Understood. Your order will be canceled immediately. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
Huh. Alrighty.
It takes a lot of humility to carry a bucket so magnificent. Stanley checked his ego and then proceeded on. Stanley
Dang.
punched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Alright, we'll go to the
Stanley
same
had
ending.
felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Nope.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well,
Nope.
no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. A cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something
Alrighty.
up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and
Right.
he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Of course.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Okay.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Pick
now
up the
pick
phone.
up the...
Okay.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then,
Bucket.
very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Hello, Stanley. It's me, your bucket. Press B to take me to work with you.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Press V to take me back home with you.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing
Where's
over
the
an
bucket?
inanimate metal object? I want to say something to
Why
him,
is there
but
no
I don't
bucket?
know how
There's
I
the
can
bucket.
convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Press R to go back to work.
Well, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
Don't listen to the loud man. Press N for us to go back to go back home.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Press F to ignore anyone in your life except for me. That's crazy.
It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Press Y to go back home.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Press R to relive the same day with me, over and over.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Press M to go home, to go work, to home, to work, to home.
Oh no. I'm having feelings. For the bucket. No, 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 no. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with... I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me.
No.
Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give
No,
it to me
my
now.
bucket.
Give it or I'll...
Go back to work, Stanley. What? Well, that was an ending.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Alright, now we
Perhaps he had
gotta
simply
do a
missed
couple
memo.
other endings.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open... This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Yes, I know.
And Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But
It was
eager to
okay.
get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Alright, now we gotta go over there.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really.
Because I need the red and blue
I
doors
realize
for
that
the...
investing in your trust in someone else
the
can
other
be difficult,
ending.
but the fact is that the story
Oh,
is
well.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and
Dang.
no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
We're gonna
Good
try
job,
that again.
Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Yes, I know. Oh, good RNG.
Stanley cradled the bucket in a gentle embrace, protective. Yet Stanley
I didn't
clutched
know
the
that that
bucket
was
tightly to his...
a room
This
that
was
could
not
happen.
the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee
I don't think I've
lounge was
fallen off
simply the place
just
to be.
normally with the bucket, so we'll
And here
just
it was.
we'll just
Had
do
the
that real
bucket
quick.
turned out to be correct? Was this... No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere
Goodbye.
else.
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So
Dang.
he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Deeply. Alright, now we
Someone
go
was
and do
following
the other...
Stanley. He was sure of it.
What?
If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
What?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
That's weird.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by
Anyways.
the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
No, no, no. We gotta go
was
red and blue doors. It was okay.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Goodbye.
Stanley was
Hello.
so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing in your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you. What? Really?
Yes.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced
Danger,
that I want
danger
something
everywhere.
bad to happen to you?
Yes.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you.
Oh,
To
no,
show you
buckets
something
past this point.
beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your
Ooh,
side.
open door.
Give me a chance. And there it is. The last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment.
This
is
is-
doing something
this
just
is amazing.
for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done.
We're all done here. And now we can
Whoa.
go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Okay. And
Now listen carefully, this is important.
okay.
Stanley walked through the red door.
So last time we were only choosing blue. We'll choose red now.
Thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time?
Yeah.
The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley?
Yeah.
I wanted to stop.
Uh-huh.
We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution.
Okay.
Here, let me show you. What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we
Yes.
just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy.
This is cool.
I actually feel happy.
Nice. I'm bored. I'm leaving.
No,
Oh, what?
Wait. Where are you going?
Elsewhere.
Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Right.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
No.
No! Oh, no. No, no, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go
bad.
back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you
Okay.
doing this?
Because why not?
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do... My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from
something
this
like that.
platform over and over to be rid of it? You were literally willing to kill
totally.
yourself to keep me from being happy.
Yep.
Am I reading the situation correctly?
Pretty much. Oh, I
Maybe
got
you're just
to
getting
go
a
up
kick out of it.
one more.
I don't know anymore.
This
I
is
just
great.
wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Well, we're almost there.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm going back.
Uh-huh. Well then. The end is loading. Wait, something about that doesn't seem about right. This seems... It is different.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines. Those figlets. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness?
It did.
Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would
Zone.
love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
We love Memory Zone. Memory Zone is peak. Alright.
Here's where it all began.
Fig
The
leaves.
first collectible. Back
I
then,
mean,
we
I
had
might as
no
well
idea
collect
of
it
how many of
again,
them we'd
if I
find.
can.
Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
It goes beyond.
And here was a second Stanley. I'll be honest, back then I had no faith in you to find any of them, let
Wow.
alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
You're welcome.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
The warehouse.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here in the warehouse. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After
Yeah,
all,
exactly.
science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
Precisely.
Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh, well,
Wait.
I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
Yeah, it must have. I just didn't remember there being a pink room, but sure. We'll go with it. Oh, and now we've got
This was the 5th mini Stan.
the
and
5th
this
one.
was really something special. It was in the boss's bathroom. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion.
Oh boy. How I Found It by the Narrator. What's that in there? It's mini stand number 5. This is great. You found it in the executive bathroom. Thanks for watching. Oh, everything is done by the narrator.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I
It
spent
does.
a lot of time making that video, but it was,
Well, it was
8
great.
minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
It was a great video.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors.
Yes.
This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other.
Exactly.
Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Of course.
And then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future.
You are in the present.
Goodbye, memory zone.
Oh,
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there somewhere we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do
Okay.
the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
alright.
Okay, yes, the room with the red and
Ooh,
blue
they're back.
doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going, I want more.
Right.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember
Yes.
the video we watched?
It was great.
Yes, I love that video.
It was very good. Still don't know where this
Still
room
don't
came
remember
from.
the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
Yeah, I'd agree. Solid room. 4 out of 10.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Right. Ooh, I want to go here. Oh. Dang. Alrighty, I guess I'll go back to the stairs.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going.
Good question.
This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the Figlarines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Oh yes, the jump circle. Is there any jumps?
Look,
Nope,
it's the
still.
terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember
Because I
hating it back
wasted
then.
them.
But time does put a rosy filter on everything. Oh, yes, the two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
Yep, exactly. Classic. And then my office.
And before everything else, there was your office. Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something
no.
I feel I can remember. I can remember.
I don't think you can remember.
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed
Right.
each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. I
Right.
would make the decisions, he would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason.
Of
Why
course.
did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go
Right.
back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good.
Will
I
you?
did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Wow. And we come full circle.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a
Indeed.
matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
Right. Now, we're gonna follow his
When
directions.
Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Only
Yet there
following
was not a
what he
single
says.
person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh.
Here's the door, just go.
Oh, wow, thanks. Super helpful.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Alrighty. Click.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Nah. Not enough strength to find out. Also, can I hit the button? No. That's sad. Alright.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley,
Dang.
one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Freedom means nothing, apparently.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
Fired,
Had Stanley really
fired.
been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own
Oh,
life
that
in
one's
someone
glitchy.
else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For
Okay, dismantled.
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Mm-hmm.
Was it over?
Was it?
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where
There's
had his
not that
co-workers
many.
gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp?
Magic.
What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel.
Exactly.
Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Yay.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the
Woohoo.
immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Woo. Good ending. Beat the game. Complete the Stanley Parable. Amazing. And I think that it's a good point to end the stream on. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.